had to clap our elbows.
To the 14th annual event at Rebecca Farm, and our first inaugural CCI 3-star with a very exciting finish. We've got sitting from our left to right, James Parker and his James Allison and his own Parker. I'm destined to do that to you. Coming second in the CCI 3-star. We have Tammy Smith and Alexandra Ahearns Maybong coming first in our CIC 3-star. She says it feels good to win. Then we have Kurt Martin, Carol Jean Martin's Deluxe Z, our winner. We'll talk a little bit about that. And in third place, just sitting here at the end, Buck Davidson and the Sherry Martin and Caroline Martin's The Apprentice. We've got a lot of Martins going on. Anyway, Kurt, this was your first big win at this level. Can you tell us a little bit about your ride out there today?
I think the horse was a bit overwhelmed. He was spooky, and I've ridden him long enough to know that that's how he was going to go in the ring. And it wasn't my smoothest round, but I think he trusts me. He was always going to go, and he, I think he when he spooks, he jumps higher. So that's definitely a good thing. And that's what he did. It wasn't smooth, but I'm really proud of him. And to put it all together at your first attempt and finish on your dressage score is not easily done.
Good. James?
Yeah, congratulations to Kurt. I think he won by a lot in the end, so it wasn't really close. And I think I'm really happy for Parker. If someone had told me I'd take second at the start of this show on him, I'd be delighted. And it's a bit of a disappointing way to end the show, really. He didn't, it wasn't the best show jumping around, honestly. But like I say, second, delighted with second, and we'll take that.
All right. Buck, you've come a long way. Can you sum up what you're thinking?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm disappointed I didn't come here to be third. But in days like this, I always say turn on CNN. And, my life is not that bad. And, my horse was great in the first two phases. And, obviously disappointed today, but there are worse things going on in the world. And I'll be back and he'll be back. And, we'll have to go back to the drawing board and see if we can't make it better. I thought I was onto something last year, and he was jumping well, and it's sort of fallen apart a little bit this year. But we'll have to go back and find it. And that's one thing about this sport is you just got to keep working and figuring it out and trying different things. But so great for Kurt. He did an awesome job. To win his first 3-star is an exciting thing, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Tammy, tell us a little bit about your round with the amazing black pony.
That's kind of his trickiest phase, I think, for us, because he's so careful and spooky, and he hasn't had a lot of experience at this level. He was very good at the 1-star and intermediate level, but when he went up to 2-star and advanced and 3-star now, it's been a little bit of a struggle, because he'll leave from a gap sometimes, and sometimes he wants to add, and so it's tricky in the show jumping when they're like that, because you don't know what he's going to do. And I actually had a rail because I wanted to move up for a little bit of a gap, and I went and rode. Susie Hutchinson came over and worked with me the last month, really, and we went to a jumper show, and she said, when you're on that decision, you need to add. And then I had the rail. It was a flat cup jump, and he barely touched it. But we'll get to know each other, and I think he'll get more confident as we keep going, and I'll be able to move him up. But he was phenomenal. He was in the contact, and he jumped really well.
This is the USEA's Atacon Gold Cup. Do you have any plans for the rest of the year towards that?
You know what? It's such a new horse for me, and my plans in developing him is what's best for him. I'm not ready to chase any Gold Cup yet, so I'm just wanting to get him confident enough to maybe do the CCI 3-star at the end of the year at Fair Hill, and whatever happens in that. But I'm not quite ready to start going after the Gold Cup, I don't think, this year.
Kurt, can you speak to the Land Rover grant, the USCF Land Rover Travel Grant that helped get you here.
Yeah, it's a real opportunity for someone like myself that doesn't, have the money to do it. And my parents and I have bought some horses together, and over time sold them. And this is another horse we did together, and it's just been a great opportunity to have it. When you didn't have, there's no way I would be sitting here. Absolutely no way I would be sitting here. So I know that that's an opportunity, and people are really behind the scenes that are making decisions for us, honestly, and like what they think would be best in our best interests. And I think that that's why I'm here, and it's just it's an amazing thing. I've gotten grants and never used one, so to finally use it and come out on top with a good result, and to be really have good put 3 phases together, I think it was worthwhile to send me here. So I appreciate that a lot.
Beth, what do you go back east and tell people about the event at Rebecca Farm?
I've said for years, it's obviously a beautiful place. It's sort of Disneyland for horses. It's they do everything they possibly can to make as good event as possible. And before I had come here, people told me, "Oh, it was the best event in America besides Kentucky." And I thought, "Yeah, right. Not even close." You come out here, and it's a really good event, and they do an awesome job, and they really try to treat everybody well, and but most importantly is they take care of the footing and things like that for the horses, which is at the end of the day is what's the most important thing, is that our horses are able to come here and then return home safely and soundly. And so that's always my thing, is that the ground is good, and I'm really thankful that they put in as much work as they did to make the conditions as good as they could for the horses. And I think the horses all trotted up well today, and so that's really my big thing, is just to say how good of an event it really is, and as a whole, not just the course or not just the dressage, but as an event, it's a great thing.
Kurt, I feel like often riders will say, you're not sure if you have a 3-star horse or a 4-star horse until you have one.
Mm-hmm.
But the same, I kind of want to ask, what have you learned about yourself after winning this event, and also about your horse?
I think that if I'm prepared for an event and I go into it and I've done absolutely everything I can do in preparation, in my gallops, in my jump schools, and I ride the horse well, it's going to come through. It might not always come through, but it did this weekend, and I really think it goes back to preparation. And that's why the cross country went so well. Phillips helped me in the last month with the horse, month and a half with the horse, and that's been a huge improvement in my cross country, to take things out of stride, and not to show jump fences, but to trust the horse. And that's what he told me: believe in yourself, trust yourself, you're good, you're going to do it. And that's what I did this weekend, and I appreciate people investing in me.
Tammy, can you talk about your 2 other second place horses, and also give us an update on Fleur de Lis?
They were both phenomenal. They both show jumped clean and were really rideable. I was worried about the Dempsey horse because he cut his coronet band with a stud, had an awkward jump at that shrimp cocktail in the backwater, and had a slice coming in. And I was really grateful that the ground jury, was open to watching him warm up and really understanding that it wasn't a big deal, to let him, they watched me warm up and saw that he was sound and 100%, and he went in that ring and he jumped his heart out, and I was really proud of him. And the Under Wraps horse is a green horse. It was his first CCI 1-star, and he went in and it felt like a 100 round. He jumped really well and jumped over the top of the standard, so I was really happy with him. The combination in the last water, it was a rail in, kind of a tight 6 to the keyhole, and then a tight 5 to the shrimp cocktail, and both of my horses got underneath it. We thought that the ground line was good enough, but it wasn't, and they both really whacked it. And the Fleur de Lis horse is a big horse, and there's nothing obvious. We don't know what's wrong with him. He's not sound, and wasn't 100%. And I I don't know if it's in his shoulder or where it is, but we're trying to figure it out, and we'll get him home. And I'm bummed because I didn't, I had that shoe incident at Jersey Fresh in the show jumping, and then was really excited about getting him back in the show jumping because we've been working hard on it. And it's just, it's what the sport's about, right? Just when you think you're going good, then something happens, and you got more things to do. So he's comfortable and right now in his stall, and we just hope it's not anything long term or a big deal. Ian did say that it wasn't going to be there next year.
One more question. I think I actually did not go on the course walk, but you mentioned that Ian talked a bit about the footing out there. That Richard. Richard, I'm sorry. That it was not up to his liking. Did anyone feel any problems with the footing in show jumping?
Yeah, that's the
that
problem.
Richard didn't like the show jumping footing. Oh.
Yeah, that was my problem. I wish.
I think it probably felt on the horses a lot better when you walked it. You could feel it kind of push away from your feet, but it didn't feel like that when you jumped on it. I didn't think so. I thought it felt fine. I thought it felt good.
Just think
But
it
I
jumps
could
too
see
big.
somebody walking on it wondering if it was not going to be as good because it would push away, but it didn't when you jumped on it. It was great.
All right, if there's no more questions, we'd love to get a photo with all four of these guys together, if that's all right. They'll stand for a photo, please.